Well, a very good evening to you. Welcome up to the University of Ghana Sports Stadium as Hasselfolk gets ready to take on Younger Pastels in a very difficult game after 1 month hiatus. The league is finally back. Well, interesting stuff to expect from these two teams with the fact that Hasselfolk have got such a very quality squad. Adam Aziz returns as well as the big man himself between the two sticks, Benjamin Asari. And of course, Coach Abubakar Ouattara will be expected to at least maneuver his way and get the 3 maximum points as far as this game is concerned. Well, referee for this game is Mauli Klu. With so much experience, Rastum Senogbe will be the 4th official for today's game. Cross session of the stadium for you. It's a very long trip for Younger Apostles after traveling all the way from Wenchi to the capital city. They've been in some quality form before that break. At least causing a lot of troubles between Nations FC as well as Intrastruman FC. That's the folks starting lineup for you. Benjamin Asari stays within the two sticks. Hamza Issa will be the man to lead the line for them this evening. Well, for Young Apostles, quality play. And he expects that most of them, especially with the likes of Joseph Kwanzaa, who is a skipper of the side, as well as Emmanuel Konto. Issa Hussein will also be in a free, at least to cause a bit of trouble into this game. Young Apostles at the moment, of course, captain Abdul Rahman Raf will be leading this team. And they'll be kicking from left to right in your shot, whilst Hasselfolk in their favorite colors. They'll be playing from right to left. That's Masaudu. It's been a very quality addition to this Young Apostles side. Well, my name is Victor Kwao. First half is underway, and I've enjoyed my field and in commentary position. And the first ball is already fired outside, and there will be a train advantage to the visitors. And that's going to be a very long throw. Ale's trying to pick his colleague, but he's being sent up front. And Benjamin Asari has it. That's a long drive. Trying to look for Adam Aziz, but couldn't pick him. But an opportunity to stay with Hasselfolk as they try to push forward a bit from the far right hand side. That's Samperu. We'll bring it back a bit. And here's Emmanuel Amankwa. Well, he's looking for a bit of space. He finds one, finds Hussein. Drops it. Here's Amankwa. Facing in 10, looking for a bit of space. Back to Hussein. And leaves to drift back into the middle. And here's the big man himself in a 27, Jesse Kennedy Yadom. What a partnership in the MTN FA Cup. Well, eventually lost to Golden Kick at the same venue. Such a very embarrassing result. And trying to pick themselves and work themselves into those pocket of spaces. In the half of Young Apostles, but it's a Derry round there, picks it and is stopped in his strat. Well, Sampedu, lovely play from the Phobians. Looking for Adam Aziz. That has been stopped. That was brilliant work from Kwanzaa. And we'll continue from where they left off. Is a lot of pressure at the moment. From House of Folk, that's a lovely touch. Hussein into the box, drips it across, but it's been met by the man in the 5-step Ganu. But House of Folk, very resilient in an attempt to press forward. And the best of touch. And he gave out possession.
It's a ding-dong affair in this few minutes of the game. House of Folk has been probing to see if they can get a chance to at least get the first goal in this game.
Well, it's the man who have managed to help them. Well, let's stay within the top 4 at the moment. Coach Abubakar Ouattara, very international. And here's Young Apostles. That's getting you brought up the ball. And then now they will have to, let's take on a few players, sandwich between a lot of House of Folk players. And House of Folk wins the challenge. Here's Kunedu. It's a very slow build up from the two sides.
House of Folk look very composed, relaxed, and they want to take every attack by its the way they control the game in this first few minutes of the game.
Oh yes, Emmanuel Amankwa, at least being a favorite ahead of Ransford Mensah as far as the starting 11 is concerned, especially at the left hand side. He's proving his technical team. Yes, Kwanzaa drifted across onto the far left hand side. It's brought to Genu. He'll have to drive forward a bit. And picks his man in that plenty of space. Here's Genu once again. That's a clever belt. Hits onto the right hand side. And it's picked by Ado. And that's the Folk retain possession once again. Well, that's a very brilliant call. Aziz was already caught in that web. And here's Young Apostles, the gaffer, Abdul Bashiru. And his favorite white colors on the touchline.
In this few minutes of the game, you can clearly tell their intentions for this game. They are very compact in defense. The midfielders are very aggressive, and they are using contour, which is playing on the right side of the attack for Young Apostles, to create more spaces for the team.
Well, let's see. There's back to Young Apostles, and that's a very long drive into the box. Might lose everybody from Che. Ambitious kick. Of course, Coker was also involved. Just trying to beat Has goalkeeper Benjamin Asari on the way. Yes, what? Now they will have to patiently build up once again from their own territory with a walking pace in this game. What interesting set to say. There's no starting today's game. He'll be coming off the bench maybe later. Yes, Hussein, that's a lovely touch. And then they'll have to go on those tricky runs again. It's a bit of a very hasty kick. The Young Apostles have got the legs to deal with it. Now swings it back into the middle. Well, back to Wa. That's Michael Wa. It's now picked by his colleague. The man in the 32 just said, knock us about team. It's a big challenge, but Haas still wins possession, taking their time to construct something lovely from the back. That's a lovely run into the box, and that's Emmanuel Amankwa trying to really steal that run, and it's been stopped.
Hearts of Oak are trying to use the wings to create spaces and send balls into the box for connection. They've been brilliant in these few minutes of the game.
But just look at it, just from Hussein. That's a lovely run, very cheeky touch. Unless to pick his man, but again it was well spotted. Cook had the right place to hit it off. And even gifted a corner kick. Well, less than 10 minutes already played, and it's goalless between these two sides. As we at least look forward to what these two teams can offer with the return of the Ghana Premier League. That's a lovely clearance. Also for giving a reality check in the MTN FA Cup. And something most of their fans were really disappointed about. And especially how the Division 1 side really bullied them and stole the show from the penalty spot.
A lot of Hearts of Oak fans would want to forget that game quickly and concentrate on this game. Young Apostles, on the other hand, also suffered a defeat against Karela, but they play so well. They are very compact in defense and in midfield, and it's very difficult for any team to break them down.
Yes, Kunedu Yadom into the middle looking for Ramsey. That's a lovely 10, and it's back to Yadom once again. He's been the masterpiece at the back, really connecting every dot quite well with his own colleague Michael Ewa. That's a long drive, very low one. Grass Katak goes for the shot, but again comes from somebody in a blue shirt.
Looking at the way they sit, they've set the defense up, tells you that they are not in to at least give Accra Hearts of Oak a goal in this game. They are playing very deep in defense, and they look comfortable playing in their own half.
Well, cross section of Hearts of Oak bench. You're watching what, in case you just joined us, is match day 23 in the Ghana Premier League. Yes, Kwanzaa. And let's try to pick the wrong man. Yes, Kwanzaa. Skipper for Young Apostles. Very athletic. Not giving a chance to Adam Aziz at all in that challenge. And there's their bench in their favorite colors.
Young Apostles this season have played very well against the big sides in this Premier League this season. They've played very well.
All advantage of stay with them. Well, another danger man you need to watch out for Young Apostles is Emmanuel Konto. Let's got to go against Nation FC on the 77th minute when they travel all the way to Abrankesi.
Another chap they are missing is Prempe. He's not in the squad today. Another brilliant chap. He's always played very well.
He's headed out. That'll be a corner kick advantage. Unless they are now trying to make a lot of incursions into Hearts of Oak's territory. And the Phobians really need to be very aware of this threat that is Young Apostles side can really spill. And that's Koka behind it. Let's see what he can do. That's a long drive inside, and that's, well, again, it stays with it. Easily picked up by Benjamin Asari. No troubles at all for the Hearts of Oak shot stopper.
He has been fantastic. A very great goalkeeper for Accra Hearts of Oak.
Let's see. Here's Samankwa. Oh, he turns it all the way back. That's Hamza on the best of the season. And the fans really displeased about that movement from him. Yes, Kunenu Yadom. I just feel that he could have done better with the ball. Unless he's got plenty of room to really turn and finally off his colleague, but decides to put it to safety first.
Exactly. But I think the young chap has had some poor run in these few games that he's had. I think he has to do better in such games.
Yes, Hussein trying to pick his colleague. Picks him. This could be a very lovely ball. Goes down, but it's a trouble. Adam Aziz is missed. Oh, that's a lovely clearance. Unless to avert that danger.
That was a quick counter-attack from Accra Hearts of Oak. I think they should have done better with this chance.
Oh, sweet movement. And again, guess who is the life wire for them in that really dying moment. Just look at it this time around. Absolutely awkward kick from Rafael Ponsa.
That's a sweet move by Accra Hearts of Oak. They should have done better with this chance.
Well, this is going to be a long drive from Masawudu now. Just 12 minutes into the game. And these two sides already showing glimpses of their quality. As Hussein fails to really kick the ball. And the young apostles will have to push for it. Gives out the ball away again. Hits it just at the back of his colleague. And they win it. That's a Ponsa. Gets the man in the 32 jersey. Now Zenoke Subonti. Yes, Che falling deep to help with defensive duties. Yes, Kunedu Yadom. Well, talking about Kunedu Yadom, he's been one of the favorites as far as Asafok. Few matches are concerned. In the last 3 matches, he's already had more than 90 minutes in the last 4 games. For the 4 games, tells you that he's beginning to pick his momentum. Here's Ramsey. He's trying to pick his colleague Amankwa, but finds it and is brought back to Kunedi Yadom. That'll be another long drive up front, trying to pick their talisman. Hamza Issa, but they couldn't really find it with that long drive up front. On the best of hits. And it's picked up by Masawudu once again. He's having a virtual holiday within those 2 sticks.
Both teams are playing a direct style. Accra Hearts of Oak, a typical 4-3-3 system team. Throughout the system they played, throughout the season they played in that system. They're one of the meanest sides this season in the Premier League.
Yes, Che. Only wait for the man in the taxi, Jesse Aldo. Oh, lovely play now from them. Yes, Koka, that's a lovely idea. Keeps it, sends it in. But it's a grounder and it's pushed out. And it's met by Kwanzaa. That's Joseph Kwanzaa once again, finds Koka. Beautiful play from Young Apostles, trying to distribute some lovely passes among themselves. And you can understand the quality of this Young Apostles side. A quarter of an hour played already. And these two sides are really in full control of this game.
Both teams are finding it difficult to stamp their authority in this game. Young Apostles, being the very aggressive side, are finding it difficult either to control the game because Hearts of Oak are dominating play.
Well, talking about Nations FC, they won 2 games on the road against Nation FC and Samatex 1996. It just tells you that they've got a very good away form in the last 3 games. And Sampedu for Hasselfolk. And they're trying to push forward through his channel. Saddam Aziz, but the ball have been taken off him. An advantage will stay with Hasselfolk. Referee Maliko whistles. An advantage will stay with the home side.
Young Apostles are very aggressive with their tackles and the marking. That's how they played throughout the season. That has earned them their spot where they are at the moment, at the 10th spot. They played very well. They are very composed, like I said. They play very defensive and play most of the time on the break.
Yes, a long drive up front. Masaudo miscalculated it. Looks to be what the decision actually is going to be. Looks to be a corner kick, I guess. At least he knows he could have done better on that occasion, but it just peels off his hand.
He knew he could have done better.
And let's see, once again, is Mike Lampedu, the centre back who elected himself to always hit this one. Brought it across, but again it's picked up. That's a lovely idea, but has been dealt with. Genu with a life wire at the back for them. The venom of that ball has just been curtailed, but has still have that advantage in trying to push for it. Yes, Lampedu, a lot of elaboration, and it's kicked out. Well, 17 minutes, 54 seconds. There's been nothing short of quality from these two sides. It looks like Young Apostles are a bit content. Not in a haste at all, but we've got so much time left on the clock. We're just 18 minutes then. Here's Coca. Finds Jay. Back to Coca again. And he'll pick up another advantage of set piece. And we'll try to ensure it gets into the box of the Phobians. Looks to be a long throw-in. As he takes a few steps back. There's Coca in your shot at the moment. Looks to be a long one. Indeed, it takes a long one, but it's headed out. It's cute. And Hussein blasts it away. Adams very, very strong on the ball. What's a lovely run from him. An advantage will stay with Hasselfolk. Well, proving to be a very difficult customer alongside Hamza Issa on top of Hasselfolk's attacking all this evening. Yes, Kunedu. It's a bit of push. Referee Malik Klou feeling that Mohamed Hussein have just touched his man from behind and gives away that advantage to Young Apostles.
Young Apostles showing that quality, and to break that defense you need certain strategy, and I guess Accra Hearts of Oak are probably taking their time in this game to probably get what the needed results.
Well, 20 minutes played, and it's buried between these two sides. Here under the floodlights at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. There's been a lot of movement in this game. Now, to be very frank with you, Hasselfolk has been a bit impressive in the last 20 minutes. But wait a minute, yes, Jay. Can he beat his man? And he gives up possession. Well, the man in the 40 jersey. Of course, a very big threat for this young Apostle side. Lomote, the former Wafa man. And it's a man that you need to really keep an eye on. Here's Hussein, that's a lovely run, left him plenty of space, brings in the cross, and that's a bit feeble. Oh my goodness, he has contour blasted away. That's another threatening moment in this game for the Travellers.
I mentioned earlier that Hearts of Oak would have to come into this game with a certain strategy. They need strength, they need pace, they need certain players, skillful players at certain areas of the pitch to be able to break down the defense of Young Apostles. They are very comfortable playing in their own half, and Hearts of Oak playing before them. Hearts are finding it very difficult to play into the back of the defense of Young Apostles. It's been very difficult.
Well, and that's where the trouble seems to be. Creating all the chances. But again, when Matthias moves, they're just fluffing those big opportunities. And I'm certainly sure the coach, Watara, is going to be a worried man on the touchline. Yes, Koke again. Looks to be what is going to be a long throw in into Hearts of Oak penalty box. It's a bit of awkward clearance there. The referee sips this one and whistles for it. That's Mohamed Hussein. Virtually everywhere tonight.
The last time Hearts of Oak played against a physical side, a very aggressive side in this Premier League was against Vision. And at the end of the day, they lost about 3 players, which I believe Befi is not even back yet. They would have to do more than they are doing now. They need to be creative in this game.
Well, they need to be very creative in today's game. That's Mastodo once again. Let's apologizing for that one. Not the best of kick. As Hasselfolk will pick it again. That's Watara. As Ampedo tries to bring it a bit. Launches a dip one into Young Apostles. The box once again, but lose everybody. And you can see he was looking for the big man up front. Hamza Issa. But Hamza have been struggling in a couple of games. Struggling to find a scoring boot. That are very important for this Hasselfolk team. It has eluded him in some matches for some time now. And that's a big concern for most of the fans. Let's see, has pushing forward. There's Amanko once again is standing into the edge. That's few meters away. The referee have already given that a free kick to Young Apostles.
Hearts of Oak would have to know, I believe they know, that this Young Apostles side do not really concede a lot of goals in a game. The last time they did that was against Bechem, where they conceded 3 goals. But then they do not concede a lot of goals in most of the games that they play. They played very well against Kumasi Asante Kotoko as well in Kumasi. No, I think that was in Obuasi, and they played very well. So really, if Hearts of Oak would have, they really mean to win this game, they need to do more than they are doing now. They need to be very creative.
Well, they need to be very creative. Well, the last time these two sides met back at Wenche, it was 2-1 in favor of Hearts of Oak with Hamza and Emmanuel Amankwa scoring with a lovely crossing from the big man himself. Sani Mohammed, who now plays his stride in Sweden.
But you would agree with me that after this break, a lot has changed. Many of the players that were injured have gotten back. Others are probably, a lot has happened. And really, if you want to win this game, you need to do more.
Well, I can agree with you, Les, Phil, but it's Hasselfolk showing on the left-hand side. as they try to push a lot of bodies up front. Yes, Mankwa, that's a shot throw in. Picks. There's Kolik. How about that for a crossing? That's very, very abysmal. Ikela into the channel. And that will be a goal kick for Young Apostles once again. That's a big relief. "26 minutes and the storyline still the same. Two teams packed at the same level at the moment. One of the best goal scoring opportunities that have been created so far, especially for Young Apostles. But for House of Oak, they've come close on numerous occasions. But again, the quality on the ball has been a question. Here's another one. Here's Hamza inside into the box, looking for a bit of help. Finds Hussein. Here's got Emmanuel Amankwa to his right hand side, but decides to go solo. Really pushing, pressing every button in this game. Yes, Adams. That's a bit of pushing. That's a clever defensive work from the captain, Joseph Kwanzaa, once again.
Very clever. And I think Accra Hearts of Oak are beginning to use the wings to create chances. That's very good, because most of the time you find spaces in defense when you use the wings. You push the defenders to commit, to make mistakes when you use the wings. And that's exactly what Accra Hearts of Oak are doing now.
No, that's taken away by Emmanuel Amankwa. At least to intercept that ball. We'll just look at the threats that Daniel Omoti was bringing across, as well as Emmanuel Konto. There are two players that House of Oak will need to really keep taps on them up front. Especially with their movement, very agile movement from those two players. And their level of understanding is quite impressive. And that's Emmanuel Amankwa brought down and wins the sympathy of the referee.
You talked about Che and Konto. The other two players as well that are also playing very well in this game, Abubakar and Hussein. They are also very brilliant chaps, and they are helping out very well in midfield. They played very well, held out Accra Hearts of Oak from making certain commitments or pushing ahead without marking them in midfield. They played very well.
What's the let's see? And it's back to Benjamin Asari. Obviously, and you can see the antics of this man on the touchline, Boubacar Ouattara. Well, his facial expression is always legendary anytime he shows up on the screen. Here's Konto. It's a lovely touch, looking to find him again, but there have been a bit of shoving from behind. Emmanuel Konto, the man Phil was just talking about, in a crazy form at the moment. Started eventually all games for Young Apostles. One of their most dependable players, and a chap with so much promise. Odas Rahman, the quality centre back. And saw his work rates against Legon Cities when he played on the same venue. That's a very hard nut to crack at the back.
One other chap who has also played very well in this game is Joseph Kwanzaa. He's very good in the air, very good when it comes to controlling or marshalling the defense. He picks out players from the back, and he's very excellent at the back. He's so good in the air. He's been brilliant.
Also, we are in for water break at the moment. Unless for a bit of chat with the managers to see how they can redefine their tactics and see if they can tweak a bit how they would have to approach each other in the remaining minutes of this game. But it's been very impressive. In case you are in the dugout for Young Apostles, how they managed to hold this Hasterfolk side who have been running riot against them. They're saving it.
Young Apostles have been very okay with Accra Hearts of Oak playing before them, even in their own half. They seem very comfortable, very confident at the back without Accra Hearts of Oak breaking their lines. They've been confident, they've been brilliant, and they've held themselves in this game. Accra Hearts of Oak, on the other hand, would have to do more because we see they pushed a lot of men forward. You see they started using the wings. The only way probably for them to get behind the defense of Young Apostles is to use the wings and probably push more men into the spaces in the box. That's where they probably might create chances for other players to come in and score. You cannot rely only on your striker to score in such a game because he will be taken out.
Will certainly be taken out, but again, the big concern for midfield has been Hamza Issa. He's been a bit silent into this game. And there's been a big discussion among the Hasterfolk fans all over the stand. Where some here just showing that most of the fans are not really impressed about big striker's performance in recent matches.
Exactly. And I think he himself would have to understand that it's not the link-up play. The Hamza that we know normally would play very well with the midfielders and would get into the midfield, have a one-touch pass with some of the midfielders. Normally it was Hussein, Sadim Adams, and then probably Collison. They have this connection, and then you see him running forward just to wait for a pass or something. But this time around, he's non-existent. He's always been marked, and he can't find himself. It looks as if seriously he's not of himself to me, because the Hamza that we know can take on 1-2 players, move, and he's very strong both in the air on the ground. But this time around, he's not been. There's something that has to be done. Probably the coach would have to talk to him or something, because we know he's very good. He's very, very good.
Well, let's see, the last time he scored was against Kerala United, far away in Tamale, and since then it's been a bit quiet. Yes, Abankwa all the way back to his centre back, looking for Hussein, another hard-working chap down the far right-hand side, clouded by most these Young Apostles players. So wins the free kick at a very advantageous position.
Exactly what we anticipate Accra Hearts of Oak would do. Use the wings, stretch the defense, commit the defenders to make mistakes, and that's exactly what he started doing.
Well, just look at the movement. Absolutely very, very clever movement from him. Knew that the player was always going to commit right in the presence of the assistant referee, Akati Ernest. And this is why they don't need to really get a goal scoring form, unless they'll be expecting some insights passed into that channel. As Michael Ewa stands behind it. And you can see Hasterfolk pushing a lot of bodies into Young Apostles' box. You can count as many, 7 of them, with the likes of Kunidi Yadom, who's got the height. Is lifted over. Aziz is blasted wide onto no man's land. As he rolls out. Oh, he stays on the field. Ironically,
the quality of the ball into the box wasn't perfect, and I think they could have done better.
Well, a bit of misunderstanding. Better to stay with the Young Apostles. The traveling side. Sibi Lomote drops it back. It's like he'll be sending a cross into the box, but he managed to hang on a bit. Yes, Kenyu. Now Slomote. Pushing it onto his far side for Issa, who brings it across. And it's dealt with by Kunedu Yadom. Decides to push all by himself. That's Che. Nice and a short one, but it's been a very feeble hit. And it's picked up by Benjamin Asari, who's got no troubles at all dealing with that one. And that's confirmation of the yellow card for you, Amegbe. No, we've not had so much stoppages. The few ones we've had. At least these two teams have failed to make very good use of it. Looks like Adam Aziz is down on the field. Well, let's remind apologizing for that touch to him. That's a clever play, but couldn't get his legs to it. And that's a long driver, nearly finding that area. It's a clever idea just to spill it off, and you can see it reads boldly. Violence affects all of us. From these young kids, say no to violence. And just some of the placards here holding all over the stands.
That's brilliant. Brilliant information sent out there.
Where's Kunedu Yadom? And let's stand in behind this one. That's a bit of pushing once again with 38 minutes played. As we've just got less than 2 minutes to hit the 40th minute mark in this encounter.
Hearts of Oak would have to stop moving centrally. They need to drift wide and use the players to send the balls into the box. That's where probably they can create a lot of chances to at least get a goal, because it doesn't look good. Young Apostles are very resolute at the back, and it will be difficult to see where the goal will come from if they move centrally.
That's headed all the way back. And he's driven up front. And he's looking for Abdul Aziz again, but they didn't pick him. Where they picked the man in the blue shirts, but that's a forecasted back. That's a free kick advantage to the visitors once again. Or the head coach of the senior national team in your shot. And his assistant Desmond Fair and Coach Otuado. Just look at his movements again. That was a very hard run. And it's brought back into the middle now. And the chase for the ball is on. Here's Hamza. Not giving any breathing space at all. 39 minutes. And as you can see, Young Apostles doing everything possible to stay intact into this game. Here's Samankwa. Now hit it across. And let's waiting for Ramsey. Unless to arrive on the end of it. That's it. I was looking to go through this traffic of these Young Apostle players. Absolutely wrong decision. No less than 5 minutes remaining in this first half department of the game. Simano Amankwa goes to the ground. You can see it's a mouse of pain here. Set with the ball from Kunedu Yadom. You can see that tackle on it, absolutely from Jay. That's been indeed very painful. Still limping from that challenge. And here they've got a free kick with Rafael and Pansan getting ready to go behind it. Fit to start today's game. That's a lovely hand there, but again, and that's not just got a power this thing. And it's dealt with by Masaudu once again. Right positioning and right way to just simply get hold of that ball.
That was a lovely ball into the box. Unfortunately, Hearts of Oak couldn't get the first goal. But I like the way young Apostles are confident at the back, especially at the back. They are making sure they do not give any loose ball to Accra Hearts of Oak. Kwanzaa has been brilliant. He's worked so well at the back.
Well, they want another free kick again from the far right hand side. And there's a set piece specialist who will go behind it again. A very experienced player in this House of Folk jersey, Michael Ampedu. Well, the player has been a player with so much experience. He delivers a long one inside and stays within. It's a lovely touch to avoid that danger.
That was a lovely ball again into the box. But Hearts of Oak would have to make good use of these balls sent into the box.
It's brought across. Oh my goodness, that's a big save. Oh my goodness. It's finally Hearts of Oak breaks the deadlock. What a lovely mess up in Young Apostles' balls. And what a way the Phobians have jumped into the lead. Celebration all over the stands.
I made mention earlier that balls being sent into the box would make Young Apostles defenders make mistakes. Exactly what happened. Hearts of Oak would have to be using the wings if they really want to score more goals in this game.
Well, just look at it, a bit of misunderstanding. The goalkeeper made the first save, the second one. At least after lots of interferences, finally getting. It looks to be Kunedu Yadom finally came off him. That's it's very difficult to credit the goal at the moment. Here's another temporary hold up. Tempest definitely balling at this moment.
The referee at this moment would have to stamp his authority in this game.
And just trying to really stamp his authority, pushing the Young Apostle players back. In order to really assess the situation, that was Ramsey. That really went to the ground. You saved Ramsey. And you can see referee Mauli Klu really ensuring that the game will flow on. And we'll get this game going once again. There's Benjamin Asari. Well, certainly, that's the focus with a big relief heading into the halftime break with 4 minutes of additional time. Always being credited to Ewa. That's the fuck. That's Michael Benson. And a lot to go again. That's another crazy movement. Yes, Ado. Well, we've already cleared more than 1 minute of additional time. And it's Michael Wells goal that separates these two sides under the floodlights. Match day 23 in the Ghana Premier League. Well, we've got lots of games coming across the country tomorrow and even on Sunday. As Kumasi Asante Kotoko, after emotional farewell to their biggest fan, Nana Frimpong, certainly they'll be taking on Legon Cities tomorrow at the Babaya Sports Stadium. Another game that we're bringing live to you here on AFA Sports Media Channel, as well as our media partners, Metro TV, Original TV. Here's Watara signaling his players to really stay calm as they almost crossing the first hurdle of the tax in his first half department of the game. And his younger Apostles corner kick. It looks to be brought inside as they line up. So many balls brought across. Has a 4 goal. Benjamin Asari really placed in the wrong direction. Just lucky. And these players have really got their leg to the ball. At least to turn away that big chance. And they're picking and knocking in the process. A bit of activity within their own box. But let's see how it is dealt with that. Now just look at it again. This was a corner kick that was floated across. Benjamin Asari fails to pick it. Still picked a knock in the process. Now looks to be Manola Mankwa. There's Konto in their chit chat with his manager Basiru on the touchline. You can see the experience. Daniel Lomote speaking to the referee. Well, we've done more than 4 minutes of the additional time, but certainly referee Maule Clue is going to add a few seconds to it with the minutes that have been wasted. That's Benjamin Asari getting ready to get it up front. And there's going to be a long drive, you can suspect, from the House of Fox keeper. So the advantage staying with them as well. There's Mensah. And here's another House of Fox showing at least the last dance before this first half department of the game. What a moment from the referee. We'll take a look at his watch and certainly we'll be putting this game to bed. And that certainly ends it for the first 45 minutes. It has a Fox that heads into the dressing room, at least with a lovely hit from Michael Iwa. Let's separating the Phobians from Young Apostles. And the fans have been relieving the stands. And for Young Apostles, Coach Bashir will be having a lot of words for his charges. You can see Rahman registering his displeasure. Not happy with some of the decisions of the referee. Well, it's half time at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Sakra has the folk one. Young Apostles 0. Don't go anywhere because we're crossing over to my colleagues at the pitch side.
All right, so I'm live from the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. This is the home of the Premier League. Accra has a book versus Young Apostles, and it's match day 23. And it's first half at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Don't forget, we're live on Metro TV, live on Original TV, live on Alpha TV, as well as on the Ghana Football Association app. And Accra has a book are leading by 1-0 against Young Apostles at the end of the first 45 minutes plus 3-minute time added on. Najee, 1-0 for Accra Heart of Oak.
General, I think that I predicted over 1.5 in the very first round. But if you look at the kind of chances that are across the field,
a lot, created a lot of chances in the first.
I think now, you know, when I was still talking about the momentum that they get before the league came on races, I think you can see that from the team, because they are creating chances, but just to put the ball at the back of the net, that has been the problem. But I will not take anything away from the goalkeeper of Young Apostles, that young chap, Masood, 18 years of age, in the Premier League team. I think he's doing very, very well. I love
the way he's marshalling the defense, talking to the defense, commanding his defense, and the way he's been able to arrange the defense setup, the defensive stuff for Young Apostles. And like you said, very young goalkeeper. I love his confidence. And like you mentioning before the game, we have a lot of goalkeepers. We have keepers who are bright future, and like we discussed earlier on, it's good the Black Stars head coach is here, and also the under 20 coaches also.
I know he was called to the under 20 camp, but I don't know why he was dropped in the last minute. Only the coaches can explain when this kind of things happen. So I will not fault the coach or fault the goalkeeper. But looking at his age, who is better than yes, but looking at his age, I think that there is more room for improvement for him just to be calling to one of the national teams. So he can be in the under 20 team. The under 23 team is also there, which he has chance to be in. But general, let's come to the game itself. Let's look at the two tactical brains behind the team. Talking about Ouattara, then Coach Bashiru. I think that when you look at the way they set up their team, I think that it really suited them. But I'll start with Accra folk. Hussein has been my man, who has been roaming around all the pitch,
all over the pitch, everywhere.
Yes, all over the pitch, everywhere.
Look at his distribution, his passes. I mean, he's been good this evening.
He's been so good this evening, and I think that was the main reason why when he was injured, Accra folk was
they struggled.
Yeah, very, very good. But to me, he has been very, very instrumental in the first department of the game of Accra. I'm not seeing Raffle in the he's playing the DM, but I'm not seeing him as Collison used to. But I know the reason why maybe Coach Ouattara decided to put Collison on the bench. Their match against Golden Kicks, he was a bit rusty, and we saw that from him. Because at the end of the day, the kind of strength that we should see from the midfield of Accra House of Folk, winning all the 50-50 balls, I'm not seeing for with Rap Ramponsa. But I think that Coach Ouattara in the second department will give him that just pep talks to just come into the game. But to me, let's look at the defense line of Accra House of Folk. Is it Kunedu Yadom? Then the guy who got a goal, Mensah Awuah Michael, fantastic. They've been good. I've not seen Young Apostle making so many incursions in the final half of the Accra House of Folk, which means that it shows you how goalkeeper Benjamin Asare has been able to organize his defense. So to me, from defense of Accra House of Folk, their transition has been quick. But what is wrong with Hamza is because at the end of the day, as matured as he is when you talk about the Ghana Premier League, look at the ball. Because
for me, Najib, he's been sluggish for my liking, and I'm not seeing him putting in much effort. If he's got lots of chances, and sometimes he overdo certain things.
Yes, that is the problem.
He likes handling the ball
too much.
You know, you are the main striker, you are the main man up front for the phobias, and anytime you get the ball, your job is to.
And one thing that I've realized that Ouattara is playing a two-top system, Aziz and Hamza.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, I see more at times Aziz will be up front while Hamza is playing supporting Aziz. So if you are supporting,
they switch.
They switch. But if you are supporting Aziz and you get the ball, what should you do? Just look at your marker. But all this let me borrow the words of Coach Karim Zito. All this Onana style that you are doing, I don't think that.
You can't refer him to be Onana. He's not a goalkeeper. But
Onana too also like all these antics.
He's handling the ball too
the
much.
antics is too much.
Maybe that's the instruction from Coach Abubakar Ouattara to hold on.
It's not an instruction because the last time he did that, I saw Coach Ouattara moving straight to the pitch, warning him because that is the reason. So to me, Accra House of Folk in the first department of the game have really done very, very well. Looking at some of the matches that I've watched from them, talking about Legon City match, their match against the Under-20, their match against Heart of Lions, I think that there has been a bit of improvement in this evening here.
They're looking sharp this evening. This evening, yes. Energy is there. But let's see what will happen in the second half.
I'm looking at the second part of the game. Accra House of Folk is going to get another goal, either one or two. Because
you think that there will be more goals?
Young Apostle are playing very, very well. But you can possess the ball, but if you're not able to, enter the final third of Accra House of Folk, make certain incursion for you to get
final third. You mean penetrating the defense of that?
They are not able to penetrate the defense, and that is what I was talking about. Kunedu Yadom, then Awuah Mensah. The back four have been very, very, very sharp because I'm not seeing the strikers of Young Apostle trying to penetrate. They are not doing that. And when you come to midfield, I think that when they get to the midfield, yes, they can handle the ball, but who is going to give that defensive splitting passes for the strikers to take? That is what I'm seeing from them. But I know Coach Bashiru, the guy that scored the goal for them, Prempeh, he's not even in the starting lineup of Young Apostle. I don't know whether he's still with the team or he's injured or what. But to me, very young players. But I think that they should give Accra House of Folk a match for themselves. When you look at the way Golden Kicks were able to hold Accra House of Folk, that was what I was expecting from Young Apostle.
You're talking about the MTN FA Cup.
Very good.
That's Obi and Yobia. The MTN FA Cup. But a small team would surprise you. But don't forget, we're still live at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. This is the home of the Premier League. Accra House of Folk versus Young Apostles, and the Phobians are leading by 1-0. Very soon the second half will commence at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Najib, the two coaches. Let's start with Young Apostles. What do you think they are not doing right?
Yeah, when you look at their coach, I think that when you are playing a team like Accra House of Folk and you decide to play the 4-1-4 system, then which means that you must have very good pacey wingers when it becomes difficult in the midfield, then you try to use your flanks. But we are not seeing that because your 4 attackers that are moving. I'm not seeing that because Amankwa, I can tell you, virtually has been on holidays. I'm not seeing any balls from the flanks. At the end of the day, he's still trying to use the midfield, which is not helping young Apostle. Why not switch to the flanks? Because football, you have so many variations of tactics and systems that you can play. So if the midfield is not working, then switch to the flanks. Because I know across the folk, when you look at Amankwa is always surging forward, which means that they're
utilizing the flanks.
They are utilizing the flanks. So if they are utilizing the flanks, what should you do? But the midfield that you want to penetrate, you are not able to penetrate. So why are you still forcing a penetration through the midfield? So I think that is the only problem that I have with young Apostle. For Ouattara, a winning team, what should he say? The only thing is that I'm not seeing that aggressiveness from Rafa and Ponsa. But for their midfield and their defensive setup, I think that perfect.
All right, thank you very much, Najid from the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. There is the Monday 23 Ghana Premier League, Accra versus Young Apostles. And we're handing over to our commentators, Victor and Phil Anand. If you can hear me, over to you guys.
Well, we're getting ready for the second half department of the game, and you can see how the 4 players have just taken to the pitch. Likes of Benjamin Asari, Michael Ampedu, Emmanuel Amankwa looks to be fine now after limping off in the dynamics of the first 45 minutes. And here's young Apostles team, the likes of Che Muftau, Amegbe, Lomote, the experienced Daniel Lomote, formerly of Wafa, all in the fray. Well, a bit of chit-chat among them to see how they can work their way back into this game after going down in the first 45 minutes. Such an embarrassing goal to concede. And once again, referee Marley Clue is the man who's going to stamp his authority on this fixture. But let's see this Masaudu. That's a very quality play, especially for young Apostles. So there we go for the next 45 minutes here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. And that's the fuck in possession at the moment. And it's driven back to Kunedu Yardam. Fails to get it right, but at least managed to find one of his colleagues. And you can see that's Ramsey gets into that battle. Senok Subonti. At least winning this one for the Phobians, who will have to push a bit of the bodies up front now in less than 1 minute. And they've gotten a free kick advantage.
No battle between these two sides.
But just look at it. That's a clever hit away to turn it from that danger. When it stopped. By Amperu. And the whistle came to his rescue. And a bit of disagreement all over the stand, especially from these young Apostles fans who are in the traveling minority this evening.
We know young Apostles are a very physical side. They played very well too. They always put the ball on the turf and make it very difficult for any team that they play against.
Oh, let's see. Yes, and across the bottom, lovely hit inside. Oh, that is it. It's in. Hasselhoff out by 2-0. Such a blunder. And came off. Hamza is a man who I've just been speaking about in terms of his goal scoring from this season. And he has just notched one for them.
I continue to say that the best way to break a low block defense is by using the wings, and that's exactly what they've done. When you play against a team so resolute, so compact, so very aggressive as Young Apostles, that's the way to go, and that's exactly what Accra Hearts of Oak are doing now. They're using the wings, creating chances, creating spaces, pushing men forward for them to connect the crosses. Exactly what they did. And you always find defenders causing blunders, making mistakes in the box. That's exactly what Accra Hearts of Oak need to do, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Certainly, it feels that that's exactly what the Hearts of Oak are doing at the moment. At least increasing their goal tally. And that's a very long way now for Young Apostles. That's a lovely one from Che. He's been cut up beautifully. Won by Kuneri Adam. It looks like Che still stays on the ground. That's the folk try to work their magic. And finally, the whistle is blown. Oh, that's a bit of trouble, isn't it? Less than 4 minutes. And the team that came up looking a bit purposeful have just gone behind once again in the second half department of the game.
Hearts of Oak have made changes to their backline, but we still don't see any errors from these new players that have stepped into play in place of the Kelvin Desibe, Amofa and the rest. They are playing very well.
Benjamin Asari hits it up front. And let's looking for his talisman. That's another movement. And it stays a bit. Yes, Hussein. And Young Apostles win the challenge. Picked up by their captain, Kwanzaa. Yes, Jay twisting and turning on the ball and has brought off the ball a bit. Looks to be an Okesubon team with a corporate on that occasion. That's a silly touch, isn't it? That's another lovely hit. So that's a clever idea from Rahman, who made his way into Hasselhoff's box, but unfortunately he fails to get it right.
Young Apostles look to have pushed more men forward in this second half of the game. This could change some few things for the team itself. And let's look how Accra Hearts of Oak would also play against a very attacking side. I believe they are using wing backs. They push the wing backs forward to also see if they can create spaces and chances for their team.
Well, 50 minutes played, and the story is that Hearts of Oak are leading by 2-0. Here's moved out, drifted back. Finds Rahman. They're now really stringing passes in their own territory. It's now on to their skipper. We'll have to play with favorite right foot. And that's a long hit. They really need to up their game if they really want to pick some point from this 7th fixture. Well, interestingly, last time Hamza scored at this venue was 78 days ago against Beckham Chelsea. And since then, it's been very quiet at this venue. That's a lovely touch. Again, the whistle hots it. And you can see the disappointment written on the face of that experienced man up front for them. Lomote. Yes, young Apostles again trying to push men forward, but there's nobody in that blue jersey up front. Right to fall. So Benjamin Asari who picks it without any struggles. Well, interestingly, it is the second game for Abdulaziz Adam after joining in from Tamale City. Here to register and go for the Phobians. And he'll be hoping to pick one in tonight's game. That's a lovely hit. Here's Hamza, picks it. Sandwiched again by Kwanzaa. And he'll find a bit of pocket of space to pass the ball to. Ramsey. Here's the one, gives the ball away. That's a bit of physicality there in the referee. Referee crew once again feeling that it's not going to win the Phobians.
Referee Mauli has done so well in this game. He stamped his authority, and most of his decisions are spot on.
Here's Michael Ampedu. There's a player that is down on the tap. The man in the 46 jersey. Next to be Michael Ewa, the centre back. That'll be a big blow if he fails to continue this game. But again, as of now, I've got so many options on the bench. Just look at it. This was the moment. His textbook header gave Astafok that important lead in the first half. It was a bit scrappy in the Young Apostles penalty box. And this was the second one from Hamza Issa. Yes, Hussein. Yes, Samankwa looking for a bit of space. Decides to look for Abdulaziz. That's a lovely hit. It falls to Anokisabot, a bit of time wasting. Oh my goodness. How did he miss that? Empty net. And he just flaps it.
Hearts of Oak would have to start working on their shooting. They create so many chances, but they don't get to score them. This was a lovely chance for Accra Hearts of Oak to have made the 3. But unfortunately, they couldn't bury that goal.
Okonsa only stepping out of that defensive cell, needs to help a bit. Yes, Kenyu. Looking for the run of the big man up front. But again, he arrives still late. That's Hussein. They've been impressive in terms of distributing the ball. But in terms of those final touches, so the big man up front, the likes of Emmanuel Konto and Lomote, has been absolutely a missing puzzle in the game this evening. Yes, Kunuri Aldum is lifted it deep. Looking for Hamza again. But Masudu runs out of his defensive area and picks it up. That's a brilliant idea. Yes, Ampedu against Hussein. Lovely turn away. Finds Ramsey. Ampedu. He's looking a bit physical now. You can see Hussein blasted it wide into the crowd. Not giving any chance at all at the back.
The young Apostle side look more of a 3-4-3 system now in the second half. And this 3-4-3 system is a very attacking system. It's even attacking more than the 3-5-2. So Accra Hearts of Oak would have to be very careful.
Well, so what have been retracted with David Opanfani pushed into the game. Lovely touch from Kwanzaa. And here's Rafaela Pansan. There's Aziz, but the flag is already up. He fails to read it. It's a bit of trouble spilling on the other end. This can't be collected. Yes, and Kesubonti being searched for, but it's not just the kind of pass that will locate him. That's control, lovely turning, looking for Lumote. Can he pick it? He picks it, waiting for one of his colleagues to arrive. Looks to be running out of options up upon Franny. Let's get it into the mix to avoid that danger. Well, it's been an end-to-end stuff now. That's brilliant play. I just think he's got a lot of options. Such a go for the shot, and again that's Benjamin Osari with that live touch to avoid that danger.
A lot will see that the game has changed in the second half because young Apostles are playing the more attacking 3-4-3 system, which is allowing them to also use the wings to create chances. Accra Hearts of Oak would have to be very careful at the back if they want to maintain this lead.
That's a brilliant stop by our standard from the man who really won the hearts of many in terms of his addition to the national team, with many Ghanaians calling for his inclusion. That choice will be decided by the national team, technical team, but just look at that for a hit again from Tay. As we look to be approaching the 60-minute mark, and Benjamin Asari once again have been invited. "60-minute played." Well, it's not been the best of story for his opposite number, Masaudu, who is just 18 years of age. Yes, another long run, but an interesting start, Phil, in case you just want to know. There's the fact that young Apostles coach, Bashiru, Once upon a time, stead the boat of this Hasselhoff side. Years back. Here's Benjamin Asari. That's a lovely one to play between himself and David Oponfrani. And that falls down, but again, 18-year-old picks it. Absolutely no troubles for him at all. Azuka Masaudu. And it's Tom Hussein. Has been an absolute workaholic into this game, running everywhere in that midfield for Hasselhoff.
It's been a physical battle in midfield between these two teams. They've held themselves. They've kept, especially Accra Hearts of Oak, they've been able to control the game a bit in the midfield, rather than, you know, the normal streak passing that you used to see them play. They've been very physical as well, because Young Apostles have also been physical in midfield. It's been a physical battle in the midfield for both teams.
Well, let's see. Well, it's been a lot of substitution for this Young Apostle side, with so many players coming, the likes of Sakite Samoa all coming in. Again, some players have been taken off. So that's Foster who comes in. And 3 of those have been retracted.
Contour, whom we all know, who plays very well, is off, has been taken off this game. I believe it's because of a tactical change that the coach Bashiru wants to put in place.
That's a lovely touch, brought back. There's David Oponfrani. Who needs to warm himself into this game. That's a lovely touch from Emmanuel Amankwa. You can see in between those two players. Rafael Aponsa wins it. Very physical player, very strong, very athletic. And Hasselhoff seems to be getting everything right here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. "63 minutes. Still Hasselhoff leading by 2 goals to 0. Young Apostles struggling to save the kid. Pull a consolation.
You can now hear the Accra Hearts of Oak fans chanting in the stands.
Finally crosses the ball in and is brought out. Onda Joseph Kwanzaa lifts it for his goalkeeper, Zoka Masaudu, the youngster, and he's going to drive it up for some of his talisman. It's a big run, isn't it? Enoch Sabonte, lovely idea, stands it across. Hamza, out to the far post, and there's nobody there. Losevin, Mohamed Hussein, and you can see Abdullah says absolutely delighted with a cross that was brought across from his colleague.
Like we say, Hamza has lost his touch, but I believe he's still an important figure for Accra Hearts of Oak. He should have delivered a much better cross into the box.
Also, just look at the movement again. This was a lovely pass from Enoch Sabonte, and Hamza just lifted it deep. Perhaps dipping his foot into the ground, failing to get it right. Or you want to ask, is he going for the killer, or is he just trying to pull the ball across to find any of his colleagues that were running into those channels?
Hamza again. This time around, I believe he was offside. That was a clever movement from the Accra Hearts of Oak team.
Well, it's been a more lively Hearts of Oak in the second half department of the game. Well, the best of pass, and Hearts of Oak once again will pick it up. It's a big touch. And it's the man who just come in. Amegbe really thrust to the floor on that occasion. Wins the sympathy of the referee. And they've gotten a free kick.
An area where Accra Hearts of Oak lacked in the first round of the Premier League was their physique, which I believe in this second round of the Premier League, they are getting it back. They are very physical and they battle it out with any team.
Well, Benjamin Asari will step out. What a goalkeeper he's been. He's been one of the life wire for this Hearts of Oak side since the crossover from Great Olympics. He's been the number one man for the Black Galaxies, the local side. Again, becoming a bit physical, really hot in the beauty and the fluidity of this game. Well, less than 23 minutes to play for the young Apostles, unless we need to find other alternatives of getting back into this game. Well, I was just thinking in terms of passing the ball, it's been House of Oak strength in the first half department of the game. But well, it looks like we've got two men to be coming in. Set to say, and Mauliwayo on the touchline, looking set to come in.
These two players add a different style or touch to Accra Hearts of Oak, because Mauli comes in with pace, whilst Osei would come in with skill and power.
That's Koka. And there's been that clearance there. That's a big boot. And also Folk at the moment have got a throwing advantage. It looks to be a long one. As they once again are just not content with the 2 goals, looking for more goals. As is very key in terms of helping their chances on the league log. Well, Solomote have also been taken off, Muftal, as well as Konto. You can see the Black Stars goalkeeper trainer will certainly take notes of the performance of Benjamin Asari and that of Masaudu. And another man is in. Yes, Mauliwayo in to enjoy some minutes of this game. Sedok Esubonti and Ramsey Yusuf have been taken off. We said also getting ready to come in. Experience, said to say. You can see trying to wind down the clock a bit. As Ramsey Yusuf, not in a hasty take leave of his colleague on the field. And here comes the experienced man, set to say.
2 impressive chaps in this game has been, for me, I would pick out Joseph Kwanzaa.
What a serve there again. Zoka Mausaudu, all counter-attacks of Young Apostles. That's a very powerful drive.
Like I was saying, I would pick up Joseph Kwanzaa from Young Apostles, and then Raphael Amponsa as well from Accra Heart of Oak. These two chaps have played very well in this game. They've been fantastic.
Yeah, set aside. Ampedu managed to win it. Action a bit and wins the challenge. Well, it's becoming a bit frustrating for Young Apostles. Missing out on all those 50-50 chances. But the Phobian boat has been pretty well so far in the second half. Not the best of play. That's a very awkward play from him. Oh, that's what to, unless press this man for most of his colleagues to return. And there's Kunedu Yadom. And obviously the advantage will go the way of those in blue. And that's Young Apostles.
Urgency is the name of the game for Young Apostles. They are pretty much in a hurry to at least score a goal or get the needed equalizer. I would say both two teams have played very well.
Wasari picks it. And that's another long hit. Ali's looking for Hamza, but fails to pick him. And that's Amegbe and his colleague. Lovely idea. Again, it breaks down. Yes, Wayo. For Hasselhoff. It's been a super sub anytime he comes on. Just got a quality of form for Hasselhoff. Trying to send it across to Hussein. And fails to pick him. So he's got a pace and wins it. It's a crazy run from him. Well, injecting a bit of pace into his game. And it tells you the story, or the summary of the story for Young Apostles. That lovely cheeky run down on the line. Just tells you how they have to up their game. Let's push from behind. And the man in the 24th jersey will go down once again. He's been at the receiving end of those flying tackles. And there's Ouattara. Really demanding so much from his players at this juncture. Space across, so lovely. Had a textbook header coming in, but again fails to find the map of the goalpost. It's a jittery moment.
Jittery moment indeed. That was a lovely ball into the box. But Benjamin Nasai had it covered.
That's really coming off the head of William Addo. And the fans will continue their singing, drumming and dancing all over the stands. This is running into their favor. Well, a venue that came under huge contention as it was ruled out by the club licensing board of the Ghana Football Association, together with Babaya Sports Stadium, with many questioning that decision. It's a big run. And Asafok will win it again. That's upon Franny. Will lift it deep up front again. There's some egg there. Lovely one to play from this young Apostle side. Here's Che. That's a lovely drive again, but fails to keep his long drive just beneath the crossbar.
Fantastic one-touch football just in front of the 18-yard box of Accra Hearts of Oak. I believe they should have done better with this chance. Creating chances against this back line of Accra Hearts of Oak is very difficult. So if you're able to create such a chance, you should make good use of it.
Oh, 76 minutes. And absolutely, the tempo of the game has slowed a bit. It's more of a physical battle than tactical play. Here's Wayo. Again, ricochets of somebody. And that's definitely Abdurrahman. He's been rock solid at the back for Young Apostles this evening. Being a standing block. Well, sad to say. I'll push it onto the far side. Yes, Amankwa. Well, it's back to Kunedi Adam. We'll lift it deep to his goalkeeper. And Asari needs to be careful. That's a bit of push it. And the Young Apostles wins it. That's a die. Quickly thinking. Here's to somewhere. Hussein fails to pick it, but now he has it in full control. Push it over. But the flag is already up.
Hamza would have to time his runs. It's very important. If really you need to get a goal, you would have to time your run.
Yes, Rahman. It's a bit crazy, isn't it? And here's Young Apostles. It's brought into the middle. He's got a lot of options, but decides to go for the long hit. And he's already caught in it. Not a bad decision. But again, Foster was already lurking in that Hasselhoff territory.
Young Apostles have started playing the high line. And as a striker, you would always have to time your run. That is where you can find opportunities. Hamza would have to start timing his run because Young Apostles have started playing the high line.
Well, I see that's a lovely play. Hamza brought off his chest. And once again, he fails to get at the broken pieces. Adai. And Asampedu picks it up. For 10 minutes of normal time remaining, as we've done 80 minutes. But as for fans really enjoying themselves all over the stands. Oh, the spirited performance this evening. Here's Sampedu on the best of the season. And as I was saying, now start from behind. And then we'll get opportunity to push forward now. Here's a Samoa. And he wins it. Sets aside. Well, a bit of push from behind. Then Asafok has been awarded a free kick.
It's been a ding-dong battle between these two sides in this second half of the game. They are playing very well, but very aggressive in midfield. It's become a bit difficult to create a clean-cut chance in this game.
Well, all the way back to Masaudo. That's a very tricky pass, but he managed to get his leg to it. Here's David Apanfrani. Returns it back to Benjamin Asari. That's Kunedu Yadom. Kwanzaa nearly giving up possession on that occasion, but has asked it. Hamza brought up the ball. The young Apostles will have to run again, this time around through the midfield channel. Here's Wayo. It's got a pace. Wayo sending it across. It's met. Oh my goodness. And he fails to make it. Clever hit into the penalty box. But again, it lost everybody. The fans up on their feet. That is an agonizing miss from the two Asafok players.
I told you Wayo is coming in with something different, and that is pace. Exactly what he has been doing for the Accra Hearts of Oak team. He got to the wing, sent a low cross. Unfortunately, Hearts of Oak couldn't bury this ball.
Well, just look at it again. Quick movement. And Hamza arriving at third late. 83 minutes of play. It's a big substitution for Young Apostles. Where Hussein is kicking off. And upon Matthew thrown in. Well, but the fans are really enjoying themselves. No, take nothing away from them this evening. They've been on the winning side. Let's see if Young Apostles can get anything back.
This House of Oak defense is very mean. Conceding just 10 goals throughout their play in this Premier League is something worth talking about. Together with Gold Stars, they have both conceded only 10 goals. That tells you that they have something rigid or solid at the back.
Claudiano nearly giving away that ball, but it's been watched by David Apanfrani. Brought forward. Here's Hamza. Still Hamza. Lifted. This. Aziz is saying, oh my goodness, how did he miss that? Mauliwayo. Big moment. And Young Apostles once again survive. How many chances are they going to miss? Well, just look at it again. It was a lovely touch from Hamza Issa. Missed by Abdulaziz. And why you're really missing it. Here's it, another opportunity, but it's been blocked by Zoki Masawuru. And the captain really standing his ground. 85 minutes of play.
Accra Hearts of Oak seem to create a lot of chance in any of the games that they play, even the games that they lose or they've lost this season. They create so many chances. Their problem has been how to bury the ball into the back of the net. And this is what I believe that has been their problem this season. They create so many chances. They play so well, but unfortunately, they don't bury those chances they create.
Well, should have taken a 5-goal lead in this encounter. Yes, a corner kick. And Kwanzaa Classic stays on the ground. That's really a very painful touch from Young Apostles skipper.
Joseph Kwanzaa has been a pillar at the back. He's been solid at the back. Not to talk of the goals that they've conceded, but he's played so well in this game. He's been fantastic.
Also, Humphrey is getting ready to come in. Another young star. Well, he's done his part. He's gotten his name on the score sheet. And it's time to take a late shower. It's been a very dominant performance. Here on match day 23 for the Phobians. Sorry, once again will make that save. Che wins the free kick. And a big haste at least to take off that one. The referee will calm things down. And that's that they have a bit of patience to at least to box the ball around. Well, let's turn away, not the best of touch, but they stay in the fold of Young Apostles as they look to drive forward. And again facing a very stiff opposition. Yes, Matthew Poncha, the entrant, has got a few ideas. Calls for the ball again, but he's been found. This will be a long drive, but he's been blocked. And now survives it. So interestingly, Hasselhoff, well, what's a clever defensive play. Yes, Hussein. What a lovely run. And that's referee who plays on advantage. Goes the way of Young Apostles, and that is Che once again. Two managers very busy on the touchline. It's been loads of instruction. That's Matthew Ponsa. Fouled again. They just don't have time on their side. "89 minutes played. We're just few seconds to hit the 90th minute mark. That is the same old story. Hasselhoff leading Young Apostles by 2-0. What a fairy tale it's been for them this season against this side. I beat them far away in Wenche when they won by 2-1. Hamza registering his name. It just tells you just know how to score against this Young Apostles side. I just wondering what the decision is going to be. There's Rahman. And forced to turn away that ball. And it's Manuel Amankwa who gives away that train advantage. But Young Apostles walking forward, it is into the channel. Lovely play, not the best of idea. And it's a corner kick. 5 minutes of additional time. And they're doing everything humanly possible unless to get back into the goal. That's a lovely ball, flicked onto the ground and dangles off. That's the fuck nearly punished. We're talking about Benjamin Asari, one of the oldest players in this House of Folk setup. 32 years of age. And he's really led by example on numerous occasions within the two sticks. We've done more than 1 minute of additional time. And this is where it will be a bit worried for this away team. I was really pressing on to see if they can get at least a goal. Yes, Ampedu. Here's Abdulaziz. It's still Abdulaziz. That's the feeble one. Had a fantastic season with Tamale City scoring more than 8 goals in the Division 1 league before crossing over. Here's Humphrey, twisting and turning his marker. He's got a clear opportunity, sends it across. Touched by Wayo. We're looking for a bit of support. Finds one in Ampedu. Also sending a killer. Humphrey once again giving a strong challenge. And he's taking against Asafok. Adele hope to drift a bit into the middle. Find one of his colleagues, that's Che. It's Kwanzaa. It's a very physical game and you need that stamina to really withstand this Asafok side. It's another brilliant tackle. Yourself Kwanzaa in your shot. Yes, Maoli lifts it. Set aside, it's going to be a long hit. And just misses narrowly. Yes, Ampedu, what a quality right back. Mano came in the second half. Oh, that's a big chance. But there was nobody in the blue shirt to connect to it. As they would have to regroup all the way in Asafok territory. That's a wasted opportunity, isn't it?
Poor delivery into the box. Very poor, especially when you need a goal in this game. In this last few seconds of this game, you should have done very well with the delivery.
Well, hit it hastily. And we've done the 5 minutes of additional time. Any moment from now, the referee will take a look at his watch. And that certainly ends it. What a game we've had after 90 minutes of play. And 5 minutes of additional time. And Asafok once again has followed Young Apostles by 2-0. What a spirited performance this evening under the floodlights.
It's been a fantastic game of football this evening. Accra Hearts of Oak 2, Young Apostles 0. And I believe a lot would have enjoyed this game back at home.
Also, certainly that is it. End of the story for these two teams. It's full time here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. And it's also for 2, Young Apostles 0.
All right, so it's all about the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. This is the home of the Premier League, live on Metro TV, live on Original TV, live on Alpha TV. We also live on